I need a game plan. I need to know where the funds are going to be going. I need a cost breakdown. And I'm going to be sitting like this. Like this.
Good.
Like that. Because that's how they always do it.
I like that. That looks very professional.
Because, you want my money, so I'm, angry already.
Yeah. How do people with social anxiety do that? Go in and sell themselves. All right.
Start us off.
Here we go. This episode's going to be very special, and I'll tell y'all why. Because we are going to go into a concept episode where we discuss our own video game ideas that we've had over the years. This one's going to be mine. It's probably, I may up it to 2 a season, but it's just going to be 1 this season. So, some coming ideas every day.
Yeah. So, he's going to try to sell this.
So, basically, I've come up with these ideas for video games. And, so, now I'm giving y'all a chance to come with us on an imaginative journey of a concept for a video game that you may just pull your hair out thinking, why can't that just exist?
Right.
Because that's what I do with my own ideas. I'm like, God, why can't they just make a game like this? Why can't they just do it?
It's just so easy.
It's so easy.
Look.
You could do it with no money.
Literally watch this episode and you'll see how easy it is.
Yeah. You watch this episode and it's like, okay, well, I'll just do that real quick. I'm hoping someone, a developer, gets this, and I'm okay with making no money on it.
At least give us a copy for free, though.
Yes.
I think that is
Send
fair.
us a copy. Pay respect. Send us a copy of this game that I planned out and you made, and we'll call it square.
Oh, and maybe put us in the credits, too. I feel like that's also fair.
At least, a special thank you.
Yeah, special thanks.
Yeah.
Doesn't even have to say we made the game. Or we came up with any of this.
This concept is, it's called Gotham.
Okay. I don't know how we'll do with that name, but...
Oh, you think we'll get copyrighted?
Yeah, a little bit.
No.
No?
It's a concept. It's like fan theory. Fan fiction.
Not sponsored. Maybe if we switched it to
we can't talk about Batman.
Maybe if it was Botham or something.
Botham.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick with Gotham. I'm gonna double down on it.
Rotham.
Yeah, you're gonna have to deal with it.
Okay.
All right. So my idea for this game would be to it would be third person. You can walk around and stuff, but the main function of the game would be kind of like taking the city.
Okay.
By territory, by building, and kind of growing your own empire, your criminal empire, based on 4 different Gotham villains. So essentially you would be just kind of starting from square one. And I talked to shout out Casey Orange on this, to like have everyone start from like ground zero, like in the story.
Right.
Like the Joker just got out of Arkham. He's starting over. And he's been in Arkham Asylum for a while. Two-Face's tragedy just happened where his face is disfigured. So now he's kind of coming out of that and decides he wants to be a criminal.
Yeah.
Penguin just, I haven't really figured that out yet, but it's a concept, so it's okay. But basically having everyone start at ground zero on where they're at and slowly building power in the city. And so there's 4, I named 3, but there's 4 choosable characters you can do, which are like suitable masterminds in the Gotham villain verse. Which it would be Joker, Penguin, Two-Face, and Black Mask.
Okay.
So all of the other villains essentially would be like recruitable henchmen, like your generals.
Okay, yeah.
Right? And they kind of lead their own gang of gangsters, thugs. But underneath you, and
right.
It's your plan. You're the master,
head boss.
Exactly. But the relationships between characters affect who you can work with and who you can't. For instance, like the more sane villains, like Catwoman or I have a whole list here. So Riddler. Let me see. Okay. Well, something interesting for Joker. Okay. He's insane. So a lot of those sane people, like where is it? Where's Catwoman? Got you. Catwoman, Deathstroke, Mr. Freeze. They aren't going to want to work with Joker.
Those crazy, those crazy people.
Yeah, exactly. And they're motivated by money. But like someone like Victor Zsasz, hey, you know that character? He would gravitate to Joker very easily.
Yeah.
So there's also like a relationship aspect of what's going on and like who you can recruit. Some people will have quests, like Mr. Freeze. He's for his wife. He's trying to save his wife. If you do like a quest for him, then maybe he'll go underneath you.
Yeah.
But other than that, that's all he cares about. So you have to do the quest to get him.
Right.
But Harley Quinn, Joker will actually be the only one who gets Harley Quinn. And he's going to be the only mastermind who gets a henchman right off the bat.
Basically,
yeah. Because Harley Quinn's paired with her.
Yeah.
So, what do you think about that so far?
I like where it's going. Is it like, would you pick a side as you're starting the game? Because there's the sane and then the insane. So you have the insane 4 bosses.
No, it would be, no. Black Mask isn't insane. He's a gangster. Penguin isn't insane. He's like arms dealer.
Yeah.
Two-Face is more out for revenge than anything else against crime because he doesn't like any of the crime. So he's stooping down to their level because they're the ones who did the thing to his face.
Yeah.
Joker's the only insane leader because he's just insane.
So are these like 4 automatically they're with you when you start the game?
The 4?
Yeah.
They're choosable characters.
Okay, I see. I thought you were saying like you're the head boss and then you got these 4.
Thank you for making me elaborate on that. They're choosable characters.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now you're one of those four.
Yeah, you have those to choose from, and then I think most people will go for Joker, but I think if you wanted to mix it up the next round,
I think Black Mask
would be cool.
I think that would.
He's kind of like more of a mobster type guy.
That'd be the one I'd start with.
Yeah.
Yeah, just because I don't really fuck with Penguin. I don't like his style. He's a little too.
Well, everyone's going to have their own benefits.
Yeah.
So, the main of like gun weapons is going to come from Penguin.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have, I think I was going to make it to where Black Mass had more grunt slots, where his army can be bigger. And I forget what I had for Two-Face. Maybe that's on the next page, but we'll get to that.
Mm-hmm.
So mainly I was focusing in the beginning on like the relationships between villains. So Riddler, he's a little unhinged. He's going to go straight to Joker. Bane, Mr. Freeze, whatever, they're going to have quests. And then there's going to be people motivated by money, which you might get them more likely based on what your agenda is. Black Mass is probably going to be about his money, and Penguin is going to be about his money, so you may work with Catwoman easier.
Right.
And the same with Deathstroke and Deadshot, and they're mercenaries, Yeah. So they're gonna gravitate to you more.
Right.
But like it's a matter of resources too, and it's not really just about taking everyone out, because that's like not the end game here. But if like you're fighting over territory and who runs who, you might be going after the respect of others, and like you're not going to come after my territory once I garnered this much respect from you.
Yeah.
And you might get their respect by killing a whole room of their grunts or whatever.
Yeah.
So, also with these different henchmen, these different villains, they give you different choices based on how to approach something. Like Catwoman, if you have Catwoman in your squad, then you have stealth options to go into a building and get what you need.
Right.
Versus invading with Bane and with a bunch of grunts and destroying the place.
Yeah, he's all in.
Then keep me grounded, Chase. My brain is scattered.
I like how it's. I think it'd be cool to like just like recruit whoever you really wanted to. Like, even if they're not gonna like gravitate towards you, maybe it'd be cool to like still like have the chance to recruit. Like maybe it's like a persuasion thing or something, or maybe it's like
maybe it's
really
like a manipulation thing, like
or maybe
Joker.
It's manipulation, and you get like these. I know that they're not supposed to work well with each other, but like Bane and Catwoman on like if you have both of them, right, and you're trying to get something from a base or like. You gotta retrieve something, and Catwoman's like, we gotta sneak in, and Bane's like, no, let's go mess it up.
Like they each have their own opinions about how to approach
the situation, and then you have to like choose between which one, and that will change your relationship.
Yeah, that sounds like a better idea.
Change your relationship between like, Bane, how in have you ever played a Telltale game? Like so it'll be like Bane will remember this, where it's like and honestly, you could do a lot with like
Riddler disagrees.
I was thinking about it like the Nemesis system from Mordor. That would work
involved in here
really well with like everybody remembering like each action, and then like you choose Catwoman. Bane will betray you, and maybe he'll go with Joker or something.
Yeah, and that's another thing too is like you just like. Everything will have its own like level. Like you obviously have your experience level, and then your respect level along with it, and then your henchmen / villains would have a loyalty bar to you. And if it goes down based on your decisions, then they're more likely to betray you.
Mm-hmm. I'm a little iffy on that. And the only reason why is because players don't really act in the way that you think they will.
Okay.
So if they see like a loyalty bar is going down and they're like, Bane's going to be an issue later on.
Yeah.
I can already tell. So he's probably going to fuck up this mission.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to get rid of him now and just save myself the headache.
Well, there's only so many villains.
I know. Yeah.
So if you lose someone, it's going to feel detrimental.
I'm not saying like I'm saying like don't show the bar at all, like a loyalty bar. Don't show it.
Okay.
Just have it be like, because like the player knows. The player knows what they've done to them. So,
but make it be a surprise.
Yeah, make it be a surprise. So it's like, if you do this next mission, Bane will betray you at this point. You know.
Yeah.
Make it be like
oh shit, I messed up.
You gotta rob a bank or something. And
yeah.
Like, it's like, where's Bane? Where's Bane? What's he doing? And it'd be even cooler because it's like, if you like, maybe you were like, ah, shit, I've been really mean to Bane lately. I need to give him like, give him a piece of territory or something.
Yeah.
And then you have like a big bank robbery, like the next time after that, and he's nowhere to be seen. And it's like he took a deal with like Two-Face or something.
Yeah.
And him and Two-Face have that territory now that you just gave Bane, and now they're coming to the bank and they're gonna fuck all your shit up because Bane knows all the plans.
Yeah.
You know. And so as you're like figuring all this stuff out with Catwoman, and it's like everything's going down, it's all busted down because Bane's getting to do what he wants because Two-Face will let him. So he's just wrecking everything. You know.
Even the dialogue while he's destroying stuff, it's like, you should have promoted me. You should have gave me more power.
Yeah, and it's and it'd be really cool because it's like he has a personal vendetta against you.
Yeah.
Like you specifically.
Now it's a nemesis thing
so
where it's like, okay,
he's not just here to fuck up the bank.
Yeah.
And get
he's
that.
here
he's
to
here to
revenge.
get you.
Yeah.
You know? Like that would be really sick.
That would be sick. And you know, like they could have their own character traits where like people are more likely to betray.
Right.
Or people are more like the sane people aren't as likely to betray, but the insane people will just drop you at a hat, you know?
Yeah. Or maybe they have that like, you know, super strict like loyalty. Like if you do something like really good for them, you save their life or whatever.
Like you get like there's like a protective thing once you hit a certain tier with them where it's like they're loyal to the death, or maybe that's a emblem, or what do you call it? A merit badge kind of thing where it's like loyal to the death.
Yeah. Or it's like so like Joker has Harley Quinn, right? She's loyal to the death.
She's going to be loyal to the death off the back.
So if like you could have somebody like that from like one of the henchmen, if they like have a moment like that or something's going on like that, like they got your back forever.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a certain point in the story or something, they'll come up to you and you'll be like, I'm sticking with you to the end.
Yeah.
Like I got your back. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so it's like you got your own Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
That'd be sick because then you know you got like a ride or die.
Yeah.
You have someone
like that's my right hand man.
They are getting like all the fucking territory.
And then like I wanted a promotions aspect to it, like on both fronts, like for the grunts as well.
Mm-hmm.
To where let's just talk about the villains first. So you kind of promote them, you kind of have like the areas of like right hand man, left hand man, kind of like a hierarchy beneath you, and based on their hierarchy or maybe their experience level, like they get different abilities from you, you can kind of see them shape towards your look,
like your leadership style.
Yeah, like Bane's got the tubes going in his head, right? Well, depending on who you're working for, maybe it's like I don't know, just the graphic changes, you know, like just the look. Like maybe he starts if he works for Joker, he starts putting like a half smile on his mask, or whatever,
or something like that. Cool, or like that. If he's working with Black Mask or something, he starts dressing up more. You know?
Yeah, dude, that would be sick.
He's got a suit and
Bane
everything.
in a tuxedo or something like that.
Rolling up.
Like,
he's like got rings all over his fingers.
Like straight gangster.
Yeah. It'd be so sick.
Oh man, Two-Face, maybe the design of his mask changes from black and white, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, that sounds so badass.
Who was the other one? It was
Penguin.
Penguin. Yeah.
Maybe with Penguin, he upgrades like his arm, like utility to have like a gun on his arm.
Oh,
or something
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
like ballistics.
Yeah, ballistics.
Something
That's
like that.
right. Yeah. Just different weapons and stuff.
Yeah.
Give him a fucking knife and a shoe.
Yeah, just all kinds of stuff. Just like strap them to the nines. Man.
Yeah, just you get to upgrade them, and like your upgrades will be different based on what your boss is. You know.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah. Having
so
like
cool.
traits that just like lead off.
Yeah.
And then what if they betray you when they have those traits?
Then they keep them.
Oh yeah, then they keep them.
They keep them.
But
they'll change their look. But they'll keep their
look.
upgrades.
Yeah. That'd be so messed up. Imagine like Bane go to like each of the bosses and getting upgrades from all of them. But he's still after you.
You motherfucker.
You motherfucker. I know this is like really outside the scope of the game, but I do also like the idea of like there being a like one of the henchmen or like one of the villain types that's not like a choosable playable character, like just becoming his own boss. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
Just like out of nowhere, like you just start like
now he became competition.
Like you're securing like the map and stuff, and then all of a sudden you see like this faction that came out of nowhere.
I mean, that would be good for the game, but I would hate that. I would like in a game, I would hate that.
Really?
Yeah.
I think that would be.
I mean, it'd be
sick.
cool, but it's like he's gonna take some of your territory.
Mm-hmm.
Because or maybe he starts his own. Maybe he goes to an empty part of the map and starts his own.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Or like he's like messing with somebody else, or
Yeah.
like if it's like an uprising or like a betrayal or whatever. Like
that would be a cool betrayal. I'll say
just
that. Like he doesn't betray you to work for his competitors. He becomes your own competitor.
Yeah, like imagine like the territories are like shown as like different colors, right? So you got your 4 main colors for the group that you've always seen for the whole game, and then all of a sudden like
there's
different
a new
color.
red one. Like,
right in the smack dab middle of your territory, and you're like, what the hell is going on?
And it could be a whole dialogue thing, like, I don't want to go after you. I just want to make my own.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
like truces. You could have like alliances
that's
and
the
stuff.
thing, though. It's like this is not necessarily about taking people's territory and running the whole game. So,
yeah, I guess we should talk about like what is like the goal for the game.
I will get into that.
Okay.
But I'm saving it.
Okay.
I'm saving
Sorry,
it.
Don't want to spoil anybody.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So basically, like, let's get into the grunts.
Yeah.
I feel like we covered the villains pretty well.
Yeah.
But let me list off the recruitable characters, because I listed off the playable characters.
Okay.
But so it's gonna have Riddler, Scarecrow, Killer Croc. Dude, just imagine the customization for Killer Croc.
I'm just thinking about like being Black Mask with Bane and Killer Croc. Just everybody in suits.
Bro, that guy
so
would
ridiculous.
Be like,
imagine you like walking in and you just have those two boys.
And Black Matt, dude, put like a chain around Killer Croc.
Yeah.
But you got those, and Black Mask would have like the most grunts. So dude.
Yeah.
To walk, how badass would it feel to walk in all niced up with the biggest army and the 2 biggest brutes in the game?
Yeah, literally.
Oh,
that'd
my
be so
God.
sick.
Oh man, but then they'd be dumb, you know.
Yeah.
That's the drawback, is that you wouldn't get a lot of like strategic options with them. It's mostly just get in there and rough
I do
them
like
up.
that idea though, that you can kind of like tailor your experience.
Yeah.
Based on like who you recruit. So you're like, I don't really want to sneak around. Like I'm tired of like waiting for people to like guards to move so I can like sneak around. Now I just want to get in there, get my shit, and go.
Yeah. With other people, like with some people you could even like plant a mole. Mm-hmm. Like in someone else's operation, like you're Black Mass and you have Catwoman working for you, and you send her to work for Penguin and siphon out funds.
Mm-hmm.
I think that'd be cool. And every now and then she'll give you like a gun from his armory or something like that.
It'd be cool to like stage like a fake betrayal.
Yeah.
And she like goes off to work with him or something.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
But
what are the other playable characters?
So let's go down the list. Okay, so Clayface.
Oh yeah.
Mad Hatter.
Nice.
Firefly. Harley Quinn was we mentioned before. Mr. Freeze. Deathstroke. Deadshot. Victor Zsasz, and Poison Ivy, along with Catwoman.
I'd probably take Harley Quinn off of that list because she would be more like a trait of Joker's, that's just like an ability that he just has her.
Well, yeah, because but I'd rather it just be locked in, and then everyone else can kind of choose at the beginning what they want to go for. Then, because I feel like that's a fairness thing of like, because I'm not gonna give someone I'm not gonna have like a group of birds be able to flock from Penguin or whatever. It's kind of it's okay if it's like a little uneven or a little weird that in the mechanics wise that's a dedicated sidekick,
I guess.
Which that might be like the tier of like promotions. Like she's always going to be his sidekick. She's always going to be her.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. It's like you off the bat, you already have someone you can trust that is your ride or die. Whereas the other two or the other three don't have that person at the beginning,
which makes it a little bit different.
Yeah,
as far as like structure.
But would she be recruitable? At that point,
she wouldn't be recruitable. She's just on the list because that this is literally the rest of the villains in Gotham.
Okay. No, I'm just like throwing ideas out there because she technically wouldn't be on the list.
Yeah.
Technically, because she would be like
she had already filled the slot.
She's like the other side of Joker. You know what I mean?
Now we're going to get into the grunts.
Yes.
The grunts.
Very curious.
Yes.
Where this is going to go.
So, I want it to be pretty extensive. As far as the grunts go, like there's kind of like a relationship system. I wouldn't go as far as to say like a nemesis system, but I guess the best way to put it is just like to have 50 slots and have a hierarchy underneath your henchmen, your other villains.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a hierarchy underneath them, and it's your people kind of get dispersed that way to where it kind of comes like a pool of grunts at the bottom. Mm-hmm. Which isn't really under anybody specifically. So just think of like pyramid schemes to just like underlings there. Yeah. And as they get promoted, they work under your specific villains.
Right.
And I was thinking like 50 grunts tops, and it all fills a slot. Like you have 50 slots to fill in your menu, and your that threw me off. My cord.
Yeah.
To fill, and they also have 3 slots underneath each grunt, which would be their equipment.
Yeah.
With this game, I wanted to make it like here's where the trading comes in that we mentioned earlier. So trading to get those resources from each other is actually more important than actually trying to fight with them and gain territory. Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I guess they're equally important as far as territory goes, but so you'd be getting like guns from Penguin, and the only thing I haven't really worked out is what you would get if you chose someone else other than Joker.
What do you mean?
Like, what would he provide in the trading?
What would Joker provide?
Yeah.
So what would Black Mask provide? That's what. If we could figure out the other two.
Good question.
Like, what would Harvey?
I think as far as my idea went, it was just like everyone has something that they can trade. Mm-hmm. Like,
Yeah, like a resource that's unique to them.
I'd like to figure that out, though. Let's figure that out. Let's figure it out together. Okay, what would Black Mass provide?
Money, right?
Well,
or maybe
money's just going to come in. They're going to rob banks. They're going to have their own scams. They're going to have their own.
I got nothing then.
maybe they do. Maybe Black Mask is more of like a. Well, he has all the men, right? Maybe you could trade men.
See, but would they want to? Would the other villains want to take on grunts that were working for Black Mask? Because
I don't think we're gonna have like betrayals from grunts.
Well, but they could give information too, though.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay, story wise and motivation wise, I can see where that could be a problem.
Yeah.
Because then you have
it'd be like
spies.
Infesting. Yeah.
Two-Face could be intel because he used to be a DA.
Mm-hmm.
So he probably is like well connected in knowing who's dirty and who's not, like in cops and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that could be his.
Yeah.
And then Black Mass. Let's say Black Mass has the gear, like to equip like bulletproof vests and I mean he's shining like he's got it all.
He's got it all.
Like what you need. You need a mask, you need this, you need that.
We'll do that for him. And then I guess for Joker he could just be like a wild card.
Yeah, like doesn't really provide anything, just sucks the industry.
No, I meant like he could. I don't know how to like word this. Like when you trade with Joker, he can give you one of the three that the other guys have, but you don't know which one you're going to get when you're trading with him.
Oh yeah.
So it's like he can give you some good guns, but what if you need equipment?
And then you open up the crate and it's guns.
Yeah, and you're not going to know, but that's what you get. But you get like better versions.
Yeah.
But it's randomized, right?
Yeah.
So that way it's like still.
What about if you
balanced.
Took that aspect and attached it to like explosives and poisons?
Yeah.
And like you didn't know what you were ever buying from them. You're just getting a crate full of 3 things or whatever.
Mm-hmm. But they have to be like super good. Because for the balance, you have to offset the randomness with like the value.
Well, you get 3. Let's say you get 3 things per crate. You kind of get some like, items on the other 2, and you get one really good one.
Well, because like what I'm thinking is, why would you want to like risk whatever he's selling when you could always get a good gun from Penguin
that you could trust? Yeah. Well, you could.
Because we're trying to like make it so it's like Joker is a viable option to trade with.
Well, let's say he's got like the best stuff and the worst stuff, and you could get anything, you know, and everything else is kind of like, in between, as far as like maybe as the game progresses they get better weapons and stuff, but you could always get like a unique thing with Joker, or you could get a knife, a pocket knife.
Yeah.
That seems fair as far as everybody else goes.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because I mean, Joker's probably going to be in this made-up game we have. It's probably going to be the most desired character to play.
Right. Yeah, because he's just fucking crazy.
Yeah, and I think along with like the customization and stuff like that, he's probably just going to be the most desirable anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the view of him is like the most colorful character,
Yeah.
But back to the grunts, okay? So every grunt is going to have 3 slots. And when you buy something, it doesn't go to your whole crew. It goes, you have 1 gun.
Okay.
You have 1, explosive grenade.
Yeah.
And, over time they can break. Over time they can, or maybe, what do you think about that? What do you think about the resources going bad eventually.
I mean, that's fine because it's like if you have like a war with somebody, like if you go to a turf war or something, like, and if somebody dies, they're gonna leave their gun there, so somebody else would pick that up. But I'm a little worried about the like micromanagement part of it. So if like you have to equip 50 people,
well, it would auto equip.
Okay.
It would auto equip, and I feel like you could have settings to where it auto equips to with like the lowest grunts or the highest of the hierarchy, or who probably gets it first.
Yeah, it'd probably be easier to just like anything that's really good goes up to the top brass. Yeah, and then everybody else gets everything else.
And then what was I gonna say? I forget.
So like you're outfitting your entire crew. Basically.
Yeah, and you can go in and change it if you want to. Yeah. And I'm gonna give this big ass bazooka to the bottom guy and see how he does.
See what happens.
So it's kind of like a playful, like, I don't know. I kind of like the way this grunt looks. Let me try and level him up and whatever.
Yeah. See what happens.
Yeah. Yeah. But so that's how the grunts go, and you have to slowly build it. It's not like you're just gonna go and recruit 50 guys overnight. Yeah. And I felt like it'd be cool to like, kind of like an XCOM type of thing where there's a little marketplace where you can recruit people, but it'd be cool to like meet people along the way, or to cause a jailbreak at Arkham and see what
you get some
your options are. Yeah. But I think that would be so dope just to have these grunts where you can order them around, kind of like Assassin's Creed Brotherhood style, where you're like, go take that building,
go get them,
go blow up those people walking on the sidewalk. Yeah, that's terrible. It'd be fun.
Yeah, and then your like henchmen guys would be like running with you the whole time, or like not the whole time, but if you're on a big mission, like,
and then those guys it goes back into the customization, like their uniforms and stuff like that. Yeah, where like the average grunt is going to look a certain way, like you have a pre-customized look that you want to choose what they look like when they roll up on somebody. Yeah. So I think that established the grunts pretty well. Okay, so they're pretty face value, but I just think it'd be cool, like if you were going to go extensive in this game, to have the dialogue change based on what's happening in the game. Mm-hmm. Just hearing like the Arkham games where you just hear people talking things like the boss wants this. Yeah. So it'd be very, dude. Give me Rockstar for a year, and I would churn out so much good stuff. Yeah. So. I'm glad you brought up the Nemesis system, because this is where it really comes in for this part. Now, we talked about, like, what do you want, what's the goal of the game, right? Well, as you get bigger, you start getting the notice of heroes in the universe. Okay. So, as you're, like, let's say, like, you leveled up to level 5, right? And the cops are after you. Commissioner Gordon takes notice, and you can see these, like, when you level up, you see like a newspaper headline flash, like Commissioner Gordon says he's going to put a stop to crime. Yeah. Or you've got the notice of Robin. These lower level characters or whatever. But as you go on, they start popping up at your buildings, at your what do you call it? What do you call it?
Like your base?
Like not your base, but your operations.
Okay.
Your different operations throughout the map. They start popping up there. Yeah. They take out your guys here and there, and you start dealing with, like, how do we take down this guy? So, because he's a big headache in your operations.
Getting a problem.
He's becoming a problem. Yeah. So, eventually, like, when you kill, and you will kill...
oh my God, murder.
These heroes, Which I mean, it's a new concept to see all of the heroes die, but it's solidified with Kill the Justice League.
I mean, this is just what it is. You know? You're a villain this time.
So you're a villain. So let's say Robin comes and it's a big like boss thing for your level, your level 7 or level 8, and you're like, okay, this Robin's gotta go. How am I gonna do it? I'm gonna get this person based on their attributes, my henchman, to either set a trap or come at him head on, or it's going to be strategic.
Yeah.
We're going to set a trap, or we're going to come to his base, or we're going to do whatever. So when you win, when you kill Robin, okay, when you kill Commissioner Gordon, based on the relationships that they have, you garner the attention of the person that's closest to them. Mm-hmm. Like, say you kill Commissioner Gordon, well, now Batgirl's after you because that was her father.
Right.
Now that you killed Robin, well, the other member of the Bat family is coming in after you. Like Nightwing or Batgirl, or based on whatever. But you kill Robin, that ushers in maybe Starfire or Beast Boy, because they're part of the Teen Titans.
Yeah.
So they're like connected through their different teams, and it's a whole umbrella of characters.
Yeah.
To where eventually near the end game, you're going, like, you see people like Flash coming after you.
Jesus.
So it's hard, but you've gotten power, you know.
Yeah.
You run the city.
Yeah.
On your end. So and you might even talk to the other players like, we got to get rid of this Flash problem. Mm-hmm. So now you're working with their henchmen, and you have agreements. Okay, when he comes, you do this, and if they agree to it, they agree to it. If they don't, they don't. Mm-hmm. But so I just thought that nemesis system across that, like, you know how in Shadow of War it was like, you killed my brother.
Yeah. I'm
not going to stop until you're dead.
Mm-hmm.
Just that type of aspect where it brings in literally all the heroes of the universe.
Yeah.
And then when you take them out, you win.
Yeah.
Like, you've won. And you can keep playing after that and like slowly take out everybody else. Yeah. But that's that's the end game, to be able to grow without worrying about the superheroes. Like, you're an untouchable once you do that. Mm-hmm. So that's the end goal.
Yeah. I would like for the part about like Robin or somebody like kind of low level hero that doesn't like necessarily have,
which I don't even necessarily think like he should be the lowest level. Like, there's other like people in Gotham that are heroes that aren't as big as Robin would be, fighting directly under Batman.
Yeah.
So you could even go a step lower than that. Just as average Gotham heroes that are like most people haven't heard of. Like, I don't know, whatever.
Well, I just like the idea of like it being Robin or anybody in like the Bat detective family.
Yeah.
Right? Where it's like, because then you could like basically take a Arkham game and reverse it, where it's like you are the bad guy. Like, Robin shows up into town and he's hearing all these like rumblings, or he gets like into a fight with one of your guys, your grunts or something.
Yeah.
And he starts investigating you.
Yeah.
So he's like trying to track you down. He's like, who are these guys
with
the black mask?
Yeah.
Like,
where does this lead?
And so he keeps like, he goes to like one of your facilities or something. He finally tracks down one of those, and then he takes it out, and you're like, what's going on? Why is my shit getting taken over? And you're trying to get information from your guys, and they're like, we don't know. You know? Like, he just came out of nowhere. And slowly, and you're like trying to build up a trap, and then you try to intimidate him because he's like, this is just some kid off the streets. Like, he's trying to be a goody two shoes and got to show him the real world and stuff.
And I was even thinking, if you wanted to like, if that nemesis system was moving too slow for you, like you wanted to take on one of the bigs, you could taunt them by taking them hostage and saying, I've got...
Just take care of all the problems.
Yeah.
In one go.
And it would be like a strategic, but he, doing that might piss him off enough to like come with the heat.
Yeah.
And like completely kill you.
Right.
So...
Yeah. And that would also work in the sense like, now not only could you be betrayed by like one of your group or like another boss, but like if you're robbing a bank, then Robin or whoever can just swing in and start messing up your guys.
You have an operation, but I feel like it would be like very realistic. Like sometimes that doesn't happen. Sometimes you just get away with it.
Yeah. I know. That's what I mean. But it's like the chance of stuff happening and during your operation starts going up.
It's like,
as you're
Robin just showed up. Batgirl just showed up. You know, Nightwing is over here from Bloodhaven.
Yeah.
You know,
and you're just like trying to. I mean, honestly, as a boss, you would have to like run away because if 3 of them at least like show up to like the party, you are gonna get captured.
Well, that's the beauty of it is like maybe it be like the planning part of GTA where it's the heist. You're just planning out the heist. You're not even there.
Right.
And you're just
that's what I mean. Like at the beginning, it's like you have nothing. Basically, you're just starting out. You're trying to just like grow and expand. So like you have like basically full reign of the city, and you can walk where you want to go. You can do whatever you want. But as you start getting levels, you can't go out as much because
because then you're putting yourself in jeopardy.
Right. You'll just see Robin walking. He'll just snatch you up and throw you in prison.
It'd be so cool to just be walking down the street and then like
you just see Robin out of
Robin comes out of nowhere on screen and just Billy whips the shit out of you.
Then you ragdoll to the
captive.
Yeah, prisoner. Now what? So what happens if you get caught?
I don't know. I haven't really thought
that one's a hard one. I think that's
just caught,
a straight up game over because
that might be a game over, but there might be like later in line you earn this redeeming factor while you have your ride or die to break you out.
Right. Yeah. Like your second in commands could come in and organize an escape.
Yeah.
But there's only so many times you can do that without it feeling like what's the point of Arkham? They just like keep breaking out of it every single time.
There is that aspect of it. Some people might feel that way. Some people might think it's totally Joker-esque to keep breaking out.
Yeah, that's fair. I just don't want to. It's hard not to cheapen the effect of Arkham if you keep busting out because it's like.
But if you die, you die.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. So if they just start shooting at you.
Yeah. And let's say if you have beef, there might be a little section where you have to deal with Penguin's goons while you're in prison because and there's a whole nother aspect to that where you could say, well, do you want to invest your time in the city or do you want to put a little money over into the prison so you have control over the prison too? Yeah. And that could be a whole nother way you get out of prison. Yeah. Like it's another get out of jail free card.
Yeah.
Not someone having to break you out, but you're in the pockets of the prison guards.
Right. And there should be a lot of I don't know, because heroes don't really they don't kill.
No, they don't.
So,
but if you've killed one of their guys,
so their chance of
their chance of killing you is way higher.
Yeah.
Like let's say you obliterate the Bat family, well, Batman might start getting a little crazy.
Might go a little cuckoo.
It's like I might break my one rule on this fool.
Yeah.
You just killed my whole Bat
killed
family.
Everybody. Yeah.
So, and it doesn't have to be it doesn't have to stay true to him. It's kind of its own universe because the villains never win.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you structure it this way, it's definitely not going to stay true to everything about the comics.
No, I know. Yeah.
But if you try your best to stay true to the characters of the villains and what they would do if they won.
Right, yeah. And that's what it would be.
And that's what you're finding out.
Mm-hmm.
But I just think once it starts growing to a point where you're making nationwide headlines that Gotham's owned by criminals. That's the headline. Other people are like, "Oh, your crime." And check this out. You could even have it to where your crime starts going into other cities, raising attention from those city heroes.
Yeah.
They're leading it back to Gotham.
Yeah.
So now you're getting you on a couple of fronts. Maybe you've murdered one of their friends and their teams, and your crime's going to their city, like Oliver Queen.
Yeah.
His city, which I forget the name of his city. Sorry, DC fans. that just leads them back. They pull the thread on them all the way back to you.
Yeah. They start coming over.
This is starting to sound like a badass game I want to play.
Yeah.
But so the aspect of the trading also comes in when you're trying to take out a hero, because some heroes only have certain weaknesses.
Yeah.
So you might have to have a special device for it to catch Flash,
or
you might have to buy kryptonite for Superman.
Right.
And I actually have it all drawn out here, the relationships. But let me just go down the list of heroes that I wrote down. It's Robin, Nightwing, Batman, Batgirl, the Red Hood.
Yeah.
To see him pop up would be dope. Green Arrow, Black Canary, Cyborg, Static Shock.
Yeah.
Beast Boy, Starfire, Flash, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, which all of y'all know the heroes, but just to imagine it with me, fellas. Superman, Supergirl, Aquaman, Shazam, Hawkman, Hawkgirl, Blue Beetle. Like, just imagine getting to go up against those things and being ready for them on a way that you can feel villainous.
Yeah.
And you actually have to plot it out with the tech savvy Blue Beetle or the strategic personality of Green Arrow, or anything like that.
Right. And it might not always work out in your favor, so you kind of have to.
You might be expecting one thing, and then they go around the other way with it.
Yeah.
Them having different skills and stuff like that.
Right.
But then you have like the anti-heroes like Red Hood that are just there to kill. They're not there to arrest you from the beginning.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the end game, and you slowly 100% win the game by just completely taking over Gotham.
Right.
That's the real end game, but it's there once you defeat the heroes.
Yeah. Because then it's over at that point.
Yeah.
And then that would be cool too. Like once the villains are dealt with, like maybe you formed alliances with all the other villains.
Yeah.
And so now that they're out of the way,
then
that's
we
the
gotta
end
come
game.
for you.
It's the end game. So like now what do you do?
Now you kill yourself a penguin.
You start taking over everybody else. Wow.
So on this game, what do you feel you would do to better it?
I don't know. I mean, it'd be a lot of work to begin with.